it's easy to talk to him. Like, you can go up to him and tell him anything and he'll give you the best advice. Just that, to do what makes you happy and don't let anyone tell you what you can't do, and that you can do anything if you set your mind to it.
She takes her job very seriously, and she doesn't just care about like getting paid or for the money. Like, she's in it to create better students. She teaches us more than just about reading and English. She teaches us about life, how to become successful individuals, and she's just an overall great teacher.
I've never really liked math. I never understood it, and I always thought that there was only one way to do it, and it was just harder for me. But Mr. Avalos, he'll show you different ways until you really understand it and you can really do it. Since different people have different ways of learning, how he can adapt to that and teach you.
The fact that Mr. Hinojos never hesitates to give you an opportunity, it's not just the fact of where you come from or what skills you have, it's the fact that he'll take your work ethic and he'll work with you to give you the tools to build the America that you want to see. He'll give you that chance as long as you're able to prove and work for it.
My name is Eduardo Hinojos, and I am the Libertas Academy Coordinator at Americas High School.
Ways to bridge that diversity that she's alluding to, right?
My students, I look at their ability to work hard. All of the students that a teacher gets, you're gonna have students that have different talents, different abilities. But the number one thing to capitalize on is their ability to work hard. If you get a student to work hard, they can take that hard work and capitalize on the strengths they have, and they can take that far. I love seeing the little light bulbs go off in my students, those moments of inspiration, and when they take what they learned in class and apply it to their own lives, to the community, that's golden.
I really admire that he is just always willing to do whatever needs to be done, whether it's something in the classroom, something with administration. He just always seems to do all of the things that are expected of him and more. In terms of just his importance to the program, we could not operate without him, especially me coming in and starting in the middle of last year. I depended on him tremendously, and I still do. And he's always there for me as a mentor, as a colleague, and he's always there for the students.
I always treat students as my own, all 292 Libertas Academy students. I know them personally. I know, all about their academics. I know about their home life. We build that relationship. Being there for each other is just magical. And that's where it all happens.
My name is Fabian Martinez. I teach physical education at Montwood Middle School. I've always tried to establish a relationship with my students, not just in the aspect of student-teacher, but getting them to know a little bit more beyond and to try and make a connection to them so you develop a bond which carries over not just into the classroom, but just into almost everything. I've been blessed to where that connection continues today with some of my students who are now in their 30s and some in their 40s. And I think it all started because of the relationship we established in school, in the classroom.
Well, I think what's important is the understanding of each kid. I think of each student, he views them and he talks to them, especially when he's coaching. If it's in the extracurricular activity, he sits down and he actually understands where they're coming from. And if a child is going through something tough, then he's able to actually find it. He's able to connect with them on that level so that they can trust him, so they can talk to him, so they can get some sort of good advice coming from coach.
You want to be able to teach that student just the way you would teach your own kids. So I've shared my situation where I was a single parent kid. I didn't have a dad. I tell my students and I tell my athletes, if you don't have a dad, you got me. If you do have a dad, now you got two of them. I'm going to push you, I'm going to motivate you, I'm going to challenge you to do your best, not just in my classroom, not just in the other classrooms, but hopefully do your best in life.
My name is Cheryl Becknell Patterson and I teach English at Montwood High School.
And Higgins says, it's almost irresistible.
And I learned very quickly that teaching and being in the military are two very different things, that you have to earn the respect from the students. And I try my very best to give them every advantage that they can. I spend my time as much as I need to helping those kids get to where they need to be. And I think that's the most important thing. And I approach them as individuals. And that's how I develop that relationship with the students of respect. And I think that's one of the most important things that any teacher at any level needs to have. You have to learn that kids want respect.
The compassion that she has towards her students and how she talks to them, how she communicates to them, especially when it's on a one-on-one basis, very nurturing, but very subtle and guided. I just think she's an amazing woman. I really do.
I want them to leave my classroom knowing exactly what's going to be expected of them in the real world and when they go to college. And they need those tools. Students generally tell me that the writing helps them and how strict I am, because I always tell them you're going to hate me now, but love me later. And they learn that those tools that they learn in the classroom and the respect, the honor, the integrity, are what are going to get them through not just college, but life in general. And I have had students tell me, you didn't just teach me what was on the syllabus. You didn't just teach us about English, you taught us about life and expectations.
My name is Jose Avalos and I teach 8th grade math at Sunridge Middle School.
Okay, so now how do we represent 4X? 4 shaded or non-shaded?
The biggest thing when I meet students is building their confidence. And once I build their confidence, then they realize, hey, I can do this. It's very important because if a student doesn't believe that they can do something, no matter what I do, they're not gonna be able to do it. And so I kind of have to start little by little breaking things down for them, and I will break something down as much as I possibly can for any student. Once they start connecting everything, they realize, wow, I can do it. And then their confidence just goes through the roof. And okay, give me another one, let me try more. I have a lot of success with at-risk students. And I think that approach is why I have that much success.
When he teaches students, he's very passionate about it. I admire that he's not afraid to take a risk. He'll learn something new so he can teach it to his students. And we've been able to do this for quite a few years now, and every time it's so much fun. It's just a lot of fun to teach with him.
Once that buy-in is there and they believe this guy is here for me, they're gonna be successful, and they're gonna try, and they're gonna ask, and they're not just gonna give you the minimum, they're gonna give you their very best. I don't want them just to think, okay, that guy's a good math teacher, that guy helped me, that guy made it easy for me. I want them to think, I could do anything I set my mind to it, no matter how hard it is. And I tell them, I say, look, if you did math and you thought math was hard, you can conquer anything. You can conquer, no matter the level of difficulty. If you apply yourself, if you believe in yourself, you're gonna be successful.